Hello my beautiful sticky chums, Daddy of the Wax here. Welcome to my winter wonderland of waxing. As promised, a few very quick tips on using the new Ashmira Botanica Mulberry peelable wax, how to set up your heaters, how it should look in the pots, and how to use it on the skin as well. So we've got two pots here, the Hive style analog heater 1000cc hold the 800 gram tins, and also the Ashmira Botanica 800 gram heater, same as the Depilave and the Outback heaters, and I've used them slightly differently. Both are set just underneath 3 on these analog heaters. If you are using a digital heater, Hive style digital heater, we found the high 50s is about right. If you're using a Day or a Cyril heater, we're finding around the 60, low 60s, because they do tend to run a little cooler than the Hive. The weather will make a difference as well. So I have found this last week where we've had a bit of a cold snap, I am needing to turn it up ever so slightly to get it to the right working temperature. Also, even the same brand of heater from heater to heater will have slight variances. Don't be frightened to nudge the dial on your heater if you think it's getting a little thick, or equally if it's getting too runny, turn it down a little bit. Don't be frightened to do that. And don't be frightened to give the wax a stir to distribute the heat as well. I found that is a really good way of getting the right working consistency for Mulberry. So come a little closer, have a look at the Hive heater first of all. These have both been on timers, so they've come on 90 minutes before we've come into the salon. They're at the right working temperature. You can also speed heat them, either whack it up to full on your analog heater for 10 minutes, then give it a good stir, or use the fast heat setting on your digital heater, whack that twice, and then turn it down to the working temperature for the rest of the day. Give it a good stir like this. So this is the correct consistency, this nice, glossy, fluid, smooth consistency. When you take it out of the pot with your spatula, it should form a ball on the end of your stick and run slowly back into the pot like so. So it's not as runny as water, but it's got this nice fluid consistency. So when it goes on the skin, you only need the smallest amount and it will apply nice and thinly and fluidly like so. If you saw my video at the weekend, you know this does set incredibly quickly, so you do need to work fairly fast. It's a blessing for therapists who like to work quickly. Lift the edge of your wax and peel off like so. Now the Mulberry in the Ashmira heater here, I deliberately haven't stirred this because I wanted you to see how it will look if you are using a timer and you come into the salon and you haven't given it a stir yet. So you've got this waxberg, I love that term, Sarah, a waxberg, solid core of wax in the middle, and you can do one of two things. If you're comfortable and happy just taking the melted wax from the edge, that's absolutely fine. You can take the melted wax from the edge of the pot and use that for your treatment, or if you prefer, you can give it a good old stir. Banish that berg to the bottom of your pot, get that nice, smooth, glossy consistency all the way through as well. So either of those methods are absolutely fine, and again, you'll find this is the right working consistency when it goes on to the skin. So either of those methods, either with a waxberg or give it a stir, both are absolutely fine. If it forms a film, as it will do, like I said, this cold snap this week, if you leave the lid off your heater, you might find it gets a little bit of a skin like a rice pudding. Don't eat it, despite the fact it looks lovely. You might get a skin or a film on top. Again, don't let that throw you, just give it a quick stir. I leave a stick in my pot for most of the day, and if necessary, I just use that to, again, redistribute the heat and get that film back into the melted wax. I'm going to grab Rachel's arm at this point because I want to show you how the wax looks when it's on the skin. So scoop a ball of wax onto the tip of your spatula, twizzle just to break those strings, and then use the tip of your stick to apply your wax in a nice thin line like so. Most areas of the body you can get away with it being around the thickness of a penny piece laid flat against the skin, even thinner as you can see in this case. Areas of denser hair, coarser hair, stronger hair, feel free to apply it a little thicker, but you don't need to pile it up in big layers. You should find that even at this nice thin level, it will get the toughest of hairs out. You'll notice there that I use the spatula to lift the wax. There's a couple of reasons for this. When we're using this product, because it's set so quickly and because it isn't sticky, you might find you struggle, sorry, you're gonna have a bald patch there, Rachel. You might find you struggle to daisy chain the wax, which is where you turn it over and press it into wax that's on the body, because it does lose its stickiness. So I found just keeping hold of the waxing spatula, press the waxy end of the stick into wax that's on the body, will then give you a handle to pull from. And if you really like your daisy chaining technique and you find it's not sticking into the wax on the skin, you can pull it apart ever so slightly. That will give you access to slightly stickier wax underneath, and that will give you just enough stick. It nearly didn't there, that would have looked embarrassing. Just enough stick to then carry on with your pull. Obviously you don't want to be doing that on sensitive areas of the body like the bikini line or boy bits, man bits, because pressing that hard is going to be a little bit uncomfortable. But that is one way of getting your edge if you do like the daisy chaining technique. So, hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, post them in the comments section underneath, and keep waxing.